Hello, everybody. Not only is it draft season for the Toronto Raptors, it is trade season as well. Just before the live stream here, the Toronto Raptors have made a trade with the Sacramento Kings. Unbelievably, the Raptors, they got a pick as well. No. They didn't get. No, they didn't get a pick as well, dude. Oh, no. Did they? What is this? The Kings. What are they doing? What are they doing? Oh, my God. The Raptors absolutely fleeced. I'm sorry. It is the 31st. Okay. The 31st pick has to not be in the deal. It has to be in the deal. Surely. Like, okay. This is too good. Anybody out of the loop. The Sacramento Kings have sent us Davion Mitchell and Sasha Vezenkov for Jalen McDaniels. For McDaniels. McDaniels sucks. Straight up. McDaniels is bad at basketball. I in theory would have bought out McDaniels. I don't know. I don't think I would have because he's not a crippling contract, $4.5 million. I would have considered buying out Jalen McDaniels if I was the Toronto Raptors. Okay, I would have paid Jalen McDaniels $4.5 million to not play for my basketball team. I would have strongly considered that. The Raptors just got a great fit at backup point guard. A great fit at backup point guard. And Vezenkov, who can shoot. Maybe not the most sound NBA player athletically, but he can shoot. And I think Darko will enjoy trying to get the most out of him and working with him. That was already an unbelievable trade, okay? Already sensational value for the Raptors. And and they got the 45th overall pick to go with it. Oh my God. For a guy I don't even want. This is like A++ trade. This might be Masai's greatest pick, greatest trade. This is astonishing. This is honestly astonishing. Oh my God, Davion Mitchell is the backup point guard for this team. That, like, point of attack defense, we figured it out there. And we got rid of a guy who sucks. We got rid of a horrible basketball player. I'm going through Twitter right now because what is the catch here? What are we losing in this trade? Right? They didn't just take McDaniels for Vezenkov and for Davion Mitchell. Honestly, I might be okay to give away the 31st at this rate. I still think that's a good. I think we could give away a 31st overall pick, and this could still look like a good trade for the Raptors. I guess, you're taking off Vezenkov's salary. He makes, I think he makes at least $10 million. I think he makes 14. He makes 6.5. Okay. So he makes 6.5 this year and 7 next year on a team option. Davion Mitchell, you're going to have to pay at the end of the season, but, that's up to you how much you want to pay him. Yeah. Home run. David Mitchell's a great backup point guard. Vezenkov is $2 million more than McDaniels. I don't think there's a single player who could be worse than Jalen McDaniels. So this is great. And 45th overall pick. Honestly, does Bronny James come into play here? Potentially. To me, this also looks like the Raptors just got a fantastic point of attack defender, good backup point guard. Maybe can tap into some shooting upside for him. And they just got another wing. I would, and I have been saying all day, that Adem Bona is who I think the Raptors will be drafting 31st overall. I'd say this looks even more likely now that this trade has happened. I think they're going to go big here. I think the trade makes it more likely for the Raptors to go big. Yeah, I'm confused. This is an unbelievable trade. This is an unbelievable trade. Great stuff. Amazing. The past 24 hours have been phenomenal for the Raptors. Jacoby Walter. And this trade here. Like this is really putting the team in a better position for next season, honestly. But now I'm thinking, I'm with Isaac here. I'm thinking Mogbo at 45, if he's available, is a very interesting way to approach this. Other than that, I'm not going to know really anything about the guy they draft here, unless they go like Justin Edwards, Jamal Sheed at 45. I'm not sure. I don't think the Raptors will be thrilled with having another player coming in, but I think they'll be happy to take another guy. Maybe a guy falls. I actually won't rule out Bronny James at 45. What a crazy trade. What a crazy trade here. Honestly. Unbelievable trade. Why not Tyler Smith? I personally not a huge fan of Tyler Smith. I continue to say that. I don't know what he does other than be tall. He's not a terrific shooter. Reports are he did not shoot the ball well at the combine either. He can't put the ball on the floor. And he's flat out a non-factor on defense. I don't see the appeal of Tyler Smith at 31. Maybe a bit after, but for me, you've got Adem Bona, you've got Filipowski, you don't go Kolek anymore. You've got Furphy in this spot. There's Mogbo even could go high if the Raptors really like him. Yeah, I think you could go 31. Any prospect you can name in the second round, there's something they can't do. So you could say, X player, I hope the Raptors draft. Well, he can't do this. So Bona can't shoot. Filipowski can't play defense or move. Furphy can't play defense or create a shot. There's going to be something wrong with the guy. That's why they're here and it's the second day of the draft. So for me, Bona offers a ton of upside and switchability at the center position, which is something the Raptors have wanted from drafts in the past. And I think there's a decent upside swing here to take for him. And he's got the makings to be, for me, absolutely a rotational big for the Raptors down the line. So I think he's the type of player the Raptors would like, and he's available to them here at 31. It's just a pick that makes sense to me. I think they could go Filipowski, floor spacing big. I think they could go Furphy, play some upside with a guy who could play a role and shoot from three. Kolek doesn't make any sense anymore because you just traded for David Mitchell. So, there's a lot of different ways they could go about this pick, but my guess and my bet literally is Adem Bona with the 31st overall pick. So that'll be a center that everybody's been wanting. Did we talk about the trade? Yes. I honestly can't believe this trade. You don't need a point guard anymore. Period. I don't think they would have liked Kolek anyways. They just got a point guard. They don't need another one. I see the appeal of Filipowski, but I think the Raptors will be put off by. Let's go through here. Let's go through the players that I'm looking at in this position here. It looks like the trade is finalized, and it's Raptors aren't giving up a pick, which is just stupid, crazy. So here are the 5 guys I really like. First of all, Adem Bona. He is my pick here if I'm the Raptors at 31. Shout out to our new subscriber, Lou Arul. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Welcome to the amateur army. Undersized big, but he's tenacious, super long, 7'4" wingspan, and he's strong. Uses his size well. You don't really notice the lack of height out there, especially in college. Reminds me of Bismack Biyombo a little bit in that way here, but absolutely can get buckets on the inside. But his big claim is that he's a great defender, defensive anchor type of guy. Huge shot blocker, super athletic, super bouncy, aggressive in the paint, post-up upside. I think he's a fantastic screen setter. I think that'll gel well with David Mitchell and Emmanuel Quickley. Hustles, workhorse, winner. I think this type of guy that the Raptors would really like in this position here. He's my pick to go 31. Where I have issues on Filipowski are the athleticism is a bit of a problem for me. I think he's got great touch, great feel, good passer, has the spacing upside, has the high post playmaking upside. But what I can't really get past is that he doesn't defend anything well. He doesn't defend in space well, doesn't defend the rim well. So if the Raptors feel like they can hide that, then he's a big offensive talent. But the type of guys that the Raptors have typically liked in the draft, they don't really fit the profile of this. And I'm not saying that you need to be 6'7" with a long wingspan for the Raptors to like you. You need to have certain ick factor as far as intangibles go, as hustle goes, as winning mentality goes. And I'm just not sure that Filipowski kind of fits into that department. And the lack of athleticism and defense makes it a bit a difficult sell, I think, for the Raptors. That being said, look, I think he's got upside as a floor spacing big, which could lead the Raptors to take a swing at 31. But I can very much see why they'd pass. Furphy's an interesting one. I actually would prefer Furphy to Filipowski. Shooting guard, small forward, who's got big size, 6'8", 6'8" wingspan, 19 and a half years old, so on the younger side for the draft. He knows how to play a role. He cuts well, shoots well, especially off catch and shoot. Decently crafty finisher. Just knows how to fit within his team and play to his strengths that will allow his teammates to play to his strengths. Kolek at this point, there's just no need anymore. The Raptors just traded for Davion Mitchell, so Kolek, there's no appeal for me to take him at 31st overall anymore. And another guy I really like is Bobi Klintman, 6'10" forward, 6'11" wingspan, already showing decent signs as a scorer, but mostly as a shooter. If he can keep that shooting consistency going, if he can add a bit more defensive versatility and switchability, then I think that there is a great player here to fit a role once again for your team. Shooting upside, good cutter, good at kind of moving in transition, picking the right passes there. I think there's a good floor to work with. I liken him a lot to Nick Batum. These are the guys I'm looking at, but the main player on my list is Adem Bona. Adem Bona is my guy. I called it earlier today. I said this morning you should look at him as a possibility for the Raptors. Adem Bona to the Raptors at 31st overall will be my prediction. Let's see if it comes through, but I think that there is a lot of good options there's a lot of good options for the Raptors at at 31. So I don't think I don't think they necessarily even need to go with any of those 5 guys, and they could still have a successful pick there. I won't take Bronny. Look, if you want Bronny, you can get him at 45 now. That's where I'd go. I also agree with Daniel here. I don't really see why they don't go a center right now. Yeah. Everything's kind of shaping up for them to go center, especially after this trade. So even more of a reason for Adem Bona to be the guy they take. Other centers available in this range. Are there really any centers available? I think that's like really the only center. I guess Jonathan Mogbo could be somebody you look at as a center, but there's really no other bigs here in this range. So for me, this kind of just Bona just kind of chooses himself at this point. But it's the Raptors. It's Masai Ujiri. They might find a guy they really like and just go with him, right? You never know with the Toronto Raptors. Bona's 25 plus, what, years old? I can see the guy's lying about his age. I'm going to damage my credibility I gained yesterday. Listen, I don't care about this. I don't care about credibility, whatever. I'm not making predictions to look good. I'm just making predictions based on what I think is what it is. I like Jacoby Walter to the Raptors yesterday. I mocked him there. I said I can see how he'd fall, and the Raptors would definitely take him. It happened. Whatever. Now I see them liking Adem Bona, taking him at 31 overall. If I'm wrong, so be it. I think there's a lot of great players that the Raptors can take here. I just think Bona's the one that makes the most sense. Financially, right now, we've kind of hampered ourselves a bit more with this trade, so I think it's starting to look a little bit more difficult for the Raptors to keep Gary Trent. Now, they did add on financial flexibility when they got rid of Schroeder at the deadline, so I actually don't know exactly what the cap space is, but we'll have to see what it's looking like for Gary Trent. But at this point, you kind of just drafted a shooting guard. I think Grady Dick should start next season anyways. I'm okay if the Raptors end up losing out on Gary Trent Jr. in free agency. I won't lose any sleep, that's for sure. Yeah, great stuff here. The trade is fantastic. At 45, I don't really know where the Raptors want to go here. I don't know. I haven't looked into any of the guys in this range of the draft, so I'm kind of just taking shots in the dark here. But Justin Edwards would be a guy I look at 45 if he's available. Jamal Sheed as well. That's how you say it. Would be a guy I look at. Honestly, at 45 now, Bronny becomes funny to take. So I won't even be mad if you take Bronny. Kevin McCullough, if he falls, he's older, so I don't know if the Raptors like him, but I kind of do. I think that there's certainly some talent that you can find at 31, and certainly some guys who might fall to 45 here as well. DJ Burns is not in the draft. I don't believe he declared. DJ Burns. I'm pretty sure DJ Burns did not declare for the draft. I don't really know what Sacramento are cooking. I guess it's just a money-saving move for them, but yeah, I guess Vezenkov wanted to go. David Mitchell, they don't really have use for, especially after yesterday. They drafted, I forget they drafted. They drafted somebody, which made me say on stream that, okay, they probably are done with David Mitchell at this point. Who did they draft? They got Devin Carter, didn't they? Yeah, they got Devin Carter. They have no need for David Mitchell anymore. So I guess that's their thought process, but this is still a crazy one. Yeah, at 45, I kind of want to see, do we fleece? I think that this is like I can't even verbally convey how much of a fleece I think this trade is. By the way, like this is a like I graded this on a scale of 1 to 10. I would grade this a 400. Jalen McDaniels is flat out bad at basketball. The Raptors were one of the worst teams in the NBA last season. They were decimated with injuries, and he still couldn't get regular minutes because of how bad he was. That is Jalen McDaniels. Out of rotation on one of the worst rosters in the NBA, who also was decimated by injuries. I am so happy he is no longer on the Toronto Raptors. Okay? If Toronto had just decided, let's just buy him out and not worry about it anymore, then I would have been like, okay, that's fine with me. They traded him for Davion Mitchell, who is ready to contribute from day one as a backup point guard for the Raptors. They got Vezenkov, who they might be able to get something out of. If not, he's on a 1-year contract before it's a team option. And they got the 45th overall pick. This is incredible. Honestly, this is incredible. I don't know. Bronny becomes all of a sudden slightly interesting at 45 because I know the Raptors have liked him. I don't think they made this trade necessarily to get Bronny, but my prediction here out of left field is Adem Bona with the 31st overall pick, if anybody has not heard. I'm going to take a little stab on the Raptors to select Bronny James. If I can get this money down. Which I don't think I'll be able to. I think I'm going to get limited here. Yeah. Yeah, can't bet. They won't let me bet this. Let's see. Can I bet? Okay, I can bet $1 on it. Can I bet $2? No. Can I bet $1.50? $1.50 on Bronny James to go to the Raptors. That's the state of NBA draft betting, ladies and gentlemen. You can't get shit down. Just a little sprinkle at 45th overall. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't, I think it's, plus 3,400 it was on FanDuel. I think that's worth a shot in the dark. I got $1.50 on it. I wanted to bet $5, which they wouldn't let me. Let's see if there's any other. Yeah, okay, this is up on that's 6.5. All right, they'll let me bet $3.50 surely. All right, we're in on Bronny James, folks. Bronny James at 45. I don't think they'll take him, but I think that price is not reflective of the chance the Raptors could go for him in that spot. I actually think I don't think a team should select him because he's not that good. But I disagree with that. It'd be a bad PR move. It'd be like a fantastic PR move because you'd gain a lot of attention for it. And I don't think any of it would be negative. All right, we're just gonna track this. Maybe I have FOMO here, and I'm just scared that if he goes, I'll be pissed if I don't bet it. But I did bet Bronny to end up going to the Raptors. And who knows? Maybe. All right, guys. It seems like Chad is pretty convinced Filipowski's going at 31. I can see why the Raptors would pass. That's what I'm saying. I think that there's appeal there, but I can very much see why the Raptors would pass on that. The lack of defense is concerning. This is not typically somebody the Raptors would covet. So for me, yeah, I can see a pass happening here, which would probably make a team happy. 31st overall pick. Yeah, it's looking like Filipowski at this point. He is the big favorite. Typically at this point, yeah, a big favorite to go 31st would be, yeah, would probably be where he ends up. Off the board now. Okay, so it's looking like Filipowski here. Yeah, I can see them wanting to use the tools. The defense is a worry for me, so we'll just have to see. Maybe another hands. Well, hands was bad. I think the spacing is appealing for Filipowski. I don't love the fit for the Raptors, but I still think Adem Bona should be the guy. But I don't hate the Filipowski pickup. I'm not as high on that as I am on a guy like Bona if they're going big. But maybe for Darko's system, a guy like Bona is sorry, maybe for Darko's system, a guy like Filipowski to play high post, space the floor, keep offense ticking is something to consider. But I predicted Bona earlier. I'll stick with my prediction. Juan Nunez, I looked, but it's a bit too high at 31st overall for me. Trade with Sacramento was absolute home run. Absolute home run smash. Unbelievable trade. So good for the Raptors. I'm questioning like what the catch is because it just feels like the Raptors fleeced and it was way too good. I don't think Bona's nationality. He was born in Nigeria, by the way. Plays for the Turkish national team, though. I don't think Bona's nationality has anything to do with the Raptors' desire or lack thereof to pick him. I just think that's the type of player they'd like to work with as a defensive anchor there. I trust Davion Mitchell enough to not draft a guard right now. And I would trust with some backup point guard minutes. Yeah, I know Sacramento needed to get under the cap, and that's the theory behind the trade. But I still think they gave up too much in order to make that happen. I'm sorry. Is there like a boat race on my channel now? Okay, let's go to the NBA draft here. Here we go. We're at the NBA draft now. So guys, I like here. I wouldn't go Kolek anymore. I got Adem Bona first and foremost. I like him the most here. I like Bobi Klintman here. I'd be okay with Filipowski or Furphy. I could see why they take them, but I could also see why they'd pass here. But I see the appeal. It's looking like Filipowski is going to be at the Raptors based on the way the markets are shaping up here. It's very rare at this point for it to be so off. So it's looking like Filipowski is going to be drafted by the Raptors 31st overall. But I'll stick to my guns here. I'm not going to back off my prediction. My prediction is that the Raptors take Adem Bona with this selection. So we'll just have to see. Tyler Smith is an option. I personally don't see the same appeal of Tyler Smith that other guys have suggested in the chat. At 45th, I'm kind of hoping a guy like Justin Edwards becomes available. But Bronny would be certainly a funny one at 45. Yeah, Adam Silver going to tell us half an hour later. Yesterday, he'd come out trade. Like, whoa, a trade. Then he'd say the one that Woj reported an hour ago. I do kind of wish we had... now, obviously, I could just turn off my phone and not look at any notifications, and the draft would be perhaps more exciting because of that. But I wish they didn't spoil it for anybody. I don't like, especially if I'm doing content. I don't want to be on the outside where everyone knows about it and I don't. The draft is more fun when it, like Adam Silver announces the trade, and then that's like the shocker. You know what I mean? Oh, Smith is fine to take at 45. I'm not disputing that at all. 31 though, I wouldn't take him. I won't rule out for the Raptors, but there's a lot more to work on there than like at least like Filipowski. At least he can space, he can pass. He can't play defense. Tyler Smith can't play defense, and he also can't space or do much with the ball. You know. Wasn't Justin Edwards supposed to be a top 5? Then Edwards said he was a bust? Yes. I don't know about top 5, but he was projected to go quite high, and he just did not showcase it. I really like Klintman at 31. Yesterday, before the first round, he was my prediction to go 31st. However, guys have fallen, and I've become more privy to Adem Bona. So Klintman still at this point. Where would he be on my list right now? Klintman. Probably second. Him. Yeah, would Filipowski be third or would he be second? Definitely not first. My first is locked up. I don't know. Furphy probably in there as well. Yeah, I'll go Bona, Klintman, Filipowski, and Furphy tied for third as my best avail right now. If we get Bronny and Bron, would we win the chip? Probably not. Well, I mean, just adding in LeBron, he is... Well, I guess his contract is expired. Could you imagine if Bron just ditched JJ Redick like that? That'd be crazy. Yeah, Bronny at 45 would be the way I go. All right, guys. As a reminder, draft is about to get... Well, draft's in 9 minutes, I guess. But no spoilers in chat, please. Don't say reveal the pick early. Don't give any information. We just want to... We want to see it all as it unfolds. So, please, no spoilers. Chat doesn't want it. I don't want it. We just want to see how it happens in real time here, so we can get the big reveal from Adam Silver, especially for that pick for the Raptors. No spoilers in chat, please. If you guys are enjoying the stream so far, please make sure you hit that like button. Support the content, support what we're doing. Smash the like button, and make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. I don't know if anybody is present. I don't really know how. We've never had a draft on the second night here. The ESPN panelists here are not at a venue. It doesn't appear as though this is going to be an event that people are attending. It just looks like it's going to be announced by Mark Tatum. What is his job? Assistant commissioner, associate, something like that. Second in command to Adam Silver, essentially. Can you hide the chat? You can full screen it and then minimize it. So if you hit like the 3 buttons in the top corner, and then say pop out chat, and then you can just minimize that if you don't want to see the chat. If you don't want to see it on screen, there's nothing I can do. It's going to be on screen. But please don't spoil it, guys. Just minimize it. Come on, boomer. Hit the line to minimize the chat once you pop it out. All right, we still... Yeah, I guess the trade is finalized. The Raptors did not give up a pick to make that trade happen. I'm truly astonished, guys. That's one of the biggest fleeces I've seen in a long time. That's crazy. Yeah, that is crazy. Well, pick number 31, pick number 45. I don't know if you guys... you guys won't be able to hear it, but he said, hey, you just got traded to the Kings. Like, who, me? Yes. So I don't have it set up so you guys can hear it. Actually, let me just do it. How long will it take? No time at all. Okay. Oh, that's TSN. Okay. Oh, it's not working. Come on. Why isn't it working? It should be working. All right, something's not working. Anyways, that's a funny video. He didn't know he got traded to the Kings, but he did. All right, 6 minutes to go before the draft resumes, in which case the Raps will be on the clock. Yes, that is McDaniels' reaction. Funny, I guess he's getting traded, so he's going to move. Funny story. I live very close to Jalen McDaniels, actually. I didn't stalk him or anything, but I was just out in Toronto near my apartment, and I was just walking past the front door of an apartment, and I saw Jalen McDaniels walking by to go inside. He went in front of me. So he doesn't live near me anymore because he's going to move to Sacramento, but Jalen McDaniels lives very close to me in Toronto. That video is on Twitter, by the way. That's where I saw it. I did not pull up on McDaniels. I was grocery shopping, and as I was about to walk into the grocery store, as I was heading towards the grocery store, rather, I was walking past an apartment building. He came out of the black van with some, like, a takeout container and walked in the building. So now I know his location. I've told that story before. But yeah, that video of McDaniels is on Twitter. All right, again, no spoilers here. Thoughts in the day. I should just make it the pin. When the Raptors select, I'm going to make it the pin pause. Trade is phenomenal. Fantastic trade for the Raptors. Absolute steal. Absolute steal for the Raptors. Vezenkov can shoot. Vezenkov can shoot. David Mitchell's a good backup guard. Wow, the Raptors, by the way, also got the Raptors got the 45th overall pick. They also got a 2025 second round pick from the Portland Trailblazers. Wow. Raptors got 2 second round picks there. They got the 45, which they're going to use today, and they got a 2025 second round pick. Any information that comes out any information comes out, we're just getting more stuff. Masai cooked. The second is from Portland. Portland's 2025 second. Here's your source. Sacramento Kings radio reporter Sean Cunningham. Do I know who it is? No, but do I imagine he's lying? Also, no. So the Raptors get, for Jalen, out of rotation, bad at basketball McDaniels, they get David Mitchell, Sasha Vezenkov, the 45 pick today, and a second from Portland for next year. Portland are not very good, remember. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how Masai did this. People like to talk about Masai like always like tough to trade with because he's always like trying to fleece. But I mean, when he does, he does. God damn. Yeah, I keep saying too good to be true, and then more information comes out that gives the Raptors more stuff. Like it came out, we got Vezenkov and Mitchell for McDaniels. I'm like, okay, we had to have given up a pick. Then they're like, okay, and the Raptors get the 45th overall pick. I'm like, okay, we have to have given up another pick. And then they gave us another pick in the trade. Yeah, I did see the McDaniels live reaction. He's probably happy to get out of Toronto. Good fucking riddance, man. I don't get the hate for Bruce Brown. I get the hate, and I will supply it for McDaniels. I don't really care. Like, if you're bad, it's one thing. If you're bad at basketball, whatever. At the very least, what you can do on the court, what you have control over, is trying. And a lot of times he came on the floor and just didn't. So he's out of rotation on a bad team, gets his opportunity late in the game, and like turns the ball over 10 times in 4 minutes in garbage time. Doesn't look like he wants to be there. I can't forgive that. That just grinds my gears the most. The Raptors got a pretty good haul in the end out of the Pascal Siakam trade, it looks like. And Bruce Brown is just Bruce Brown. It's not his fault. He was in the trade. Yeah, maybe they thought it was Jaden McDaniels. Like, wow, this McDaniels guy's good. You see him in the playoffs? That it was Jaden. Now they'd be fleecing us, but let's give it a Brown. Any Bruce Brown trade immediately makes Toronto worse. You replace Bruce Brown with salary filler and a future pick, your team immediately just gets worse in the present. So if you care a lot about making the playoffs, you'd want Bruce Brown for another year. Now, future considerations, the Raptors are better off trading Bruce Brown while we still have him, get a future first. But again, there's no rush to do that. Draft is about to begin, ladies and gentlemen. When we come back from commercial, the Raptors will be on the clock. We're back from commercial. Okay, Raptors about to be on the clock. Please, as a reminder, once again, no spoilers in the chat. Don't spoil the pick. Oh, people are actually at the event. That's cool. Why are they at like a hotel or something? What is this? All right, draft's about to begin. I'm going to minimize chat. No spoilers. Drop a like if you're ready for this. Subscribe to the channel. Let's do this, guys. Look, signs are pointing towards Filipowski going here. My prediction earlier today was Adem Bona. So let's see where they go. That's not a hotel. Shout out Mark Tatum. All right, second round. Here we go. All right, the Toronto Raptors are on the clock here. They've had a whole day to figure this out. In the middle of that, they've made a big trade here. Davion Mitchell and Sasha Vezenkov, along with the 45th overall pick for this year and a future second-round pick, a 2025 second-round pick from the Portland Trail Blazers, have arrived for Jalen McDaniels. The Raptors now have a pretty solidified backup point guard for their teams. That takes away a lot of options in the guard position here. Tyler Kolek probably comes off the board at this point. And based on the acquisition of Vezenkov, a wing, getting a wing yesterday in Jacoby Walter, very much signs are pointing towards the Raptors selecting a big at this position here. Best two on the board, seemingly Kyle Filipowski, who had first-round upside for sure, has fallen here to the Raptors. This is definitely going to be a point in consideration for the Raptors with this selection here. Seems like the consensus is that Filipowski goes to the Raptors, but my prediction here, who I would take in this spot, is Adem Bona out of UCLA, 6'9" center with a 7'4" wingspan, a tenacious player. That would be my prediction, who I think they should take. Filipowski brings you a lot of floor spacing, great feel, good passing out of the high post. I think that's a solid pick as well. I could see the Raptors being put off by his lack of defense. He's not a rim protector, doesn't defend space well, but for a Darko Rajakovic coached team, one that likes to keep the ball moving, a center who can play high post and has a good feel for the game, could be appealing for the Raptors to go in that direction to contribute from day one as well. But Adem Bona seems to me like a guy the Raptors could really like. Also to consider here, Johnny Furphy, 6'8" guard out of Kansas. That sounds familiar, of course, as Raptors drafted Grady Dick last season. But, you know, surrounding this roster, Scotty Barnes with floor spacers is a decent way to approach this. But I still think that a third center and rim protection is needed, which is why I like Bona quite a bit. But there's many different ways to go here. Shout out to our new subscriber here, Mel Lowe. Welcome to the Amateur Army. Appreciate that. Other players to consider. I'm not huge on Tyler Smith. I could see why the Raptors would like him here. I don't think 31 is the right spot for him. Maybe a little bit later. Bobi Klintman as well, another guy to consider here. And other than that, I just don't really know where the Raptors would go elsewhere, you know? Other than Klintman, Filipowski, Bona, Tyler Smith. I don't know. I can't really see anywhere else the Raptors go with this pick. So we'll just kind of have to wait and see here. But I'll stick to my prediction from earlier today with Adem Bona, UCLA center. But consensus definitely at this point is Filipowski at 31. I could see why people may think he is the best player available. I might say it's Johnny Furphy, but in the end, going for a big, I can see why the Raptors would want to approach the draft in that direction here, especially after the pick from yesterday, especially after the trade. So still on the clock here, 55 seconds to go on the clock. We're hearing from Jonathan Givony here of ESPN, their draft guru. He's talking a lot about Filipowski. He's surprised Filipowski is even available at this spot. So we'll just have to wait and see. It's is the Raptors going to be going best available, or are the Raptors going to be going for the guy they like? Adem Bona kind of fits into the category of the type of player they like. Another flyer here the Raptors could take is Jonathan Mogbo. I feel like 31's a touch early for him, but that's just a type of guy, 6'6" with a 7'2" wingspan, has point guard experience previously, so a decent feel for that size. That could be a player that the Raptors want to approach in this position here. I think that's a touch high, but definitely Jonathan Mogbo is a player that the Raptors could, that's just a guy that I could see Masai Ujiri falling in love with. But that'd be a true sleeper for the Raptors to go with Mogbo at this spot. So let's just, all right, pick us in. Let's see. I'm gonna guess Bona or Filipowski. Pick is in though, apparently for the Raptors. Oh, all right, they're still talking over it. The pick is in. Why are they still talking? Show us the pick here. All right, here we go. Back to Mark Tatum announcing the pick here. 31st overall pick. With the 31st overall pick in the 2024 NBA Draft, the Toronto Raptors select. Wow. Jonathan Mogbo is how he said it, but wow. Oh my God. Jonathan Mogbo with the 31st overall pick in the NBA Draft. The Raptors. Now, I thought they'd go out of left field here, but wow, this is really out of left field. Goodness gracious. Okay, I see. Well, I was just talking about him. I see the appeal here. I see the appeal. It's definitely not. Look. I can see why the Raptors want him here. I wouldn't necessarily call him the best available, but I can see why the Raptors fell in love with this sort of player here. Similar things to what Adem Bona brings to the team. But they probably enjoy. But what they're probably seeing is that they like the touch that Mogbo has compared to Adem Bona. So again, they wanted to go with a versatile big, but instead in this position they go for Jonathan Mogbo, who can play as a forward, can play as an undersized big, has point guard experience previously, so he's got a lot better of a sense on the ball. He's 6'6". With a 7'2" wingspan, guys. So I can see why Masai Ujiri is approaching it this way, and they're going to use Mogbo here as a development piece going forward. Not a guy that I would see as truly NBA ready, but all right. Raptors favored versatility and defense, as DK3 Champ has subscribed. Welcome to the Amateur Army. Appreciate that. So the Raptors favored versatility on defense as they have done previously. So pretty much, guys, it's a classic Masai Ujiri swing on wingspan, athleticism, and defensive versatility. Yeah, I don't know. I would have gone Bona. I would have gone Filipowski. If I'm going big, I go Bona or Filipowski before I go for Mogbo. And Mogbo, I mean, they call him a center. He's kind of like he could be a 3-4. He can be a center. He's a difficult one to call overall positioning. I think a 4 is the right spot for him. So smaller side, height wise, makes up for that with his wingspan, and another guy who's a hustler. And this is the type of guy the Raptors have liked in the past. You know, this is the type of guy that they go for. So I can see why they go in this direction. And here he is, Jonathan Mogbo, the 31st overall pick. The Raptors didn't really care about who dropped. They simply got their guy, and that's all. What else can we really expect of a player like, or from a front office run by Masai Ujiri and from Bobby Webster? So, yeah, I see the appeal. Again, I'm not going to say this was my first choice. Absolutely, I've made it clear that it's not. But I see the vision on why the Raptors would want to go for a player like this. I don't think Raptors fans are overall going to be thrilled with this one, but the Raptors have worked with this guy. They've seen this guy. They've worked out this guy. I would assume. So they know what they were getting themselves. They know what they're getting themselves here. They got to feel like there is a great degree of confidence they can work with his development. There was a need for size. Shout out to another new subscriber here, Silver Afro. Really appreciate that. Thanks so much for joining the Amateur Army. What was I saying? The roster. Another new subscriber here, John Lynn. Thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome to the Amateur Hour Army. So there was a need for size. There was a need for defensive versatility, and the Raptors got it here with Mogbo. Good tools to work with, and that's really all there is to it. Masai and Bobby got their guy. Kyle Filipowski goes 32nd. Makes sense. They're probably happy to see him available there. So time will tell on the Raptors' decision to pass there and go for Mogbo instead. But, again, time will tell on that front. Filipowski had a green room invite, which means there was thought that he could go top 20, but here he's a 32nd. I think the Jazz will be pretty happy here. So, yeah, the Raptors do go for versatility, and they do go for defensive versatility and length, but not the guy I thought. Sorry, I'm just finding this tweet here. I was up till about 3 a.m. working on stuff yesterday. And look who I tweeted yesterday. It's an intriguing one for the Raptors to work with. Here, let me pull this up. I said yesterday. So Raptors fans were pumped up on Masai and Bobby with the trade, and now it looks like a lot of people are not pumped up on Masai and Bobby. Yeah. I never called the Raptors to draft him. But I did. I was up at 2:22 a.m. I guess this morning watching Jonathan Mogbo highlights. So yeah, I guess it was written in the stars. Maybe I subconsciously knew. It wasn't the only player I was watching stuff of yesterday, but it's the one I felt compelled to tweet about. You know what I mean? All right, well, let's see if we snag up Bronny at 45 or what, guys. I'm excited to see the Raptors take at 45 now. All right. Laying off. The Raptors owe Utah nothing as far as, like, letting a guy go there. Yeah, Mogbo, definitely 905 bound, in my opinion. I agree. That is a player that'd get me to go out and watch, though. I had season tickets one year, but I'd go to see Mogbo play. He's an interesting prospect. For a long while now, I've looked at Mogbo like somebody the Raptors could really like there. I just felt like that was too early. I felt like that was too early for the Raptors at that spot. But they wanted him, they got him. That's all there is to it. Did that establish? I don't know. You'd think, like, does this establish the timeline? You'd think, but also they just made, like, a pretty significant trade today. So, not who they gave up, but who they got. I'm sure, like, trading down was an option, but it's hard to administer, and they're just happy to get who they wanted. You know, yeah, he's an older prospect for sure, but like I said, you know, when Bobby and Masai sit on their guy, they're comfortable reaching to get him. We got a super chat in from Scott Sewell. Thank you so much, Scott, for sending it in. Really appreciate that. Supporting the community, supporting what we do over here. Awesome. Generous stuff like that helps keep me going, helps me create better content more often, and pushes me forward. So thank you so much for that to Scott. We have another subscriber coming in, joining the Amateur Army. Matt McTavish. Sorry, just Scott. Matt McTavish, thank you so much. Welcome to the Amateur Army. If you guys are enjoying the content, you want to see more Raptors stuff online on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Drop a like if you're enjoying this one. Tonight, right after this gets done, I'm going to create a video talking about the trade that went down. Tomorrow, my Jonathan Mogbo reaction will go out as well. Keep a lookout for that. I'll get the trade video out tonight ASAP when I'm done streaming. Tomorrow, the Jonathan Mogbo video will come out at 10 a.m., so keep a lookout for the content here. I'll also be live on Sunday at 5:30 p.m. I'll also be live at 5:30 p.m. on Sunday for the start of NBA free agency, so make sure you guys keep it locked with the channel. Again, we have another subscriber, Nicholas McCracken. What a name. Thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome to the Amateur Army. 33rd overall. Currently, the Milwaukee Bucks are on the clock. Where do Milwaukee go here? I can see them liking Adem Bona, to be honest, adding some defensive versatility behind Brook Lopez. Pick is in, going back to Mark Tatum. Let's see. 33rd pick in the NBA draft. Milwaukee Bucks select Tyler Smith. Okay, Tyler Smith. I don't know if that works for Milwaukee necessarily. Tyler Smith is much more of a project sort of player. Yeah, Tyler Smith, the appeal is that he's really tall. He's 6'10", has some signs of being able to shoot, but doesn't put the ball on the floor that well. He says in his own scouting report he's a switchable defender, but he's really not that good on defense, or at least wasn't. So there's upside there, undoubtedly. I don't know if the Bucks are the best spot to figure that out. I guess they figured out Giannis, but I see the appeal, but I think 31 would have been too high. I mean, 31 would probably too high for Mogbo, but it is what it is. At 45, I don't know at this point. We'll have to see who's available here. I don't know much about the prospects in that deep in the second. I just didn't do any work there because the Raptors didn't have a pick there. So we'll probably be just grasping at just small information where we can. Weird draft for the Bucks. 2 real project players. Honestly, that's yeah. They got AJ Johnson yesterday, and they take Tyler Smith today. I don't know. That's a weird draft for them. That's a weird draft for the Bucks. I don't think they approached this draft very well. I don't think the Raptors will draft Bronny, but I also don't think it's out of the realms of possibilities they like Bronny and take him at 45. Okay? It's just, at 45, clearly the Raptors are comfortable taking a swing today. They just did it at 31. But this is, who knows? Mogbo is definitely not on my Not on my not near the top of my list, but again, the appeal is there. I'm excited to see Raptors development team working with him. He's just so interesting for his 7'2" wingspan, you know? Are you kidding me? Jonathan Mogbo highlights. He is good. I never said he wasn't good. There's appeal there. Sorry, we're working on clips now. Talking to my editor and monitor, Adam, here. Boston have the pick before the Lakers, and very much could be petty in that position if they should so choose to be that way. I don't know if we could have gotten Mogba at 45. That's a bit low. I think high 30s. Sorry, high 30s was probably where he would have gone. I disagree that the Raptors could have got him at 45. And I'm sure if they could have, they would have tried. I don't think if they had a chance him at 45, they would have taken him at 31. Probably smarter than that. So interestingly, we're 3 picks in. Furphy and Kolek, who had first round upside, are still on the board at this rate. Masai and Bobi like these kinds of players. The development team likes these kinds of players, you know? Can the Raps get an undrafted player? Yeah, of course. Undrafted free agents. Some of the Raps have typically made some heaves with as well. It's been a great day. David Mitchell, awesome trade. Sasha Vezenkov, nice pickup to go with it. And Mogba will be an interesting prospect. Yeah. LeBron James on the board. My guess is still he goes to the Lakers at 54, 56, 55, whatever. But I'm not going to put it past Toronto to take him at 45, honestly. I don't think they will, but they might. All right. The Portland Trail Blazers have select Tyler Kolek. You'd think they'd actually show the pick, but man, that's shit. I know it's the second round, but these guys work their whole life to hear their name called on draft night, and they're not even going to show it. They're going to show a commercial ahead of it. Like, multi-time MVP Nikola Jokic got drafted during a Taco Bell commercial. Like, that's just not right. There has to be a bit more respect to the guys getting drafted in the second round with that. So 34th overall pick, Tyler Kolek going to the Portland Trail Blazers. Weird pick for Portland. Why would Portland take him here? Oh, it's a trade to the Knicks. Okay. Yeah, a good pickup for the Knicks. Honestly, I like that for the Knicks. The Raptors took Jonathan Mogbo with the with the 31st overall pick, if anybody's not aware. It's for money-making ads. It's not for the players. Well, I guess you're not wrong, but you could wait till after the commercial break to draft it, like to make the call if you're Mark Tatum. Can you not? What's going on, Wyatt? I don't look at Filipowski to steal the draft. I don't think anybody here was the glaring. You had to take him. Adem Bona being on the board is a bit surprising to me here. Yeah, nobody was the glaring. You had, like, with Jacoby Walters, you had to take him. Nobody was that this year, but Mogbo is certainly out of left. Certainly out of left field. No denying that. New York making a lot of moves. They're stacking up the roster quite nicely. It looks like they're building a deep roster. Next commercial. I gotta really go to the bathroom. If you guys are enjoying the stream so far, please make sure you hit that like button, support the content, and if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing and joining the amateur army. Video coming out tonight about the trade. Video coming out tomorrow about Mogbo and whoever the Raptors select with the 45th overall pick. And we'll also have a video. We'll also have a stream on Sunday discussing free agency as it happens. It'll be live during the start of free agency. Free agency starts on at 6 p.m. Eastern time on Sunday, June 30th. Aussie's down bad this week, huh? 35th pick, the San Antonio Spurs are selecting Johnny Furphy. Solid pick. Furphy going to the Spurs. I think that's a good destination for him. You're bringing in size and shooting. At 35, that's really good value for Furphy, who had top 20 upside for the draft. What position Raptors? At this point, you can't really consider fit that much. You just got to find the best player available. And with a guy you're drafting in the mid-40s, you're just hoping he sticks at this. You're not looking for a fit. You're just looking for who's the best player available that we can maybe get to stick on a roster. Right? Yeah, 45th. Who is it? Ulrich Chomche? Is that how you say it? If that's how you say it. I have no idea how to say his name, but I have looked briefly into him, and he looks pretty interesting for the Raptors at 45th overall. But there's no way of knowing which direction the Raptors go. If we didn't trade for David Mitchell, we would have taken Kolek. I actually still don't think so. I mean, they did take a 22-year-old. I was going to say Kolek on the other side. Maybe they would have. I still think they would have looked for a big, but there is, definitely there was a bigger chance of taking Kolek before grabbing David Mitchell in that trade. Tyler Smith at 45. Tyler Smith is a Milwaukee Buck. He's off the board. I do like Furphy at 35. I think it's a great fit for Furphy to go to the Spurs. Juan Nunez, 36 for the Spurs. 36 right now is the Indiana Pacers pick. Damn, Pacers are picking 3 times tonight. My God. I don't mind the. I like the player. I like Mogbo. I certainly wasn't thinking he'd be at 31. But I like him for the Raptors. Wasn't my first choice. Definitely not saying that, but I like the player. I think the Raptors can work with him, and he's just super interesting as a prospect. The size, the length. The feel for that size and length as well as a guy who's handled the ball previously, I don't mind it. I vehemently disagree that he would have been available at 45. I think a team would have liked him in the high 30s. Show my draft wish list. Well, it's kind of cooked because a lot of the guys who I didn't think would be available were available. I'll show it. Indiana is about to pick Juan Nunez to the Indiana Pacers. Congrats to him. He's at the event. Good for him. At this point in the draft, you're just looking to make something stick. Maybe he can take his game next level. So, honestly, Mogbo was second on my list of best player available based on my graphic here. It makes it look better because at this point, at the point of the draft, Filipowski and Furphy would have been higher on my list than him, as would Adem Bona. So take it for what it is. Mogba was still pretty high on my list of potential players for the Raptors to select at this stage. So maybe it is good I showed it, huh? I did. With the guys available, I wasn't expecting that today. And if I made a list today, I don't think he would have been that high on it. For what it's worth, I like Mogba, but wasn't expecting it for the way things were shaping up today. Will Bronny go 45 to the Raptors? All right, guys. I got to go to the bathroom. If we got a commercial here, I'll be right back. I'll be a minute. When I come back, we'll see who goes next in 37. We're waiting to see what shapes up for the Raptors at 45th overall. Don't go anywhere, guys. While I'm gone, it presents you a great opportunity. Take a moment to hit that like button and consider subscribing to Amateur Sports. Oh, I'm tweeting. So I was on my phone there. Dak Kane joined. Certainly, I saw what we got from McDoordash. It's real, man. It's unbelievable, but it is real. Wait, did my channel change here? I saw while I was up that the Knicks traded their 38th overall pick to the Thunder. Shocking pick last night was AJ Johnson. He was mocked like late second round, and he ended up going to the Bucks at 23. That was the crazy one. We got Julian Newman. I don't think Julian Newman is a pro basketball player anymore, or ever was. Yeah, I actually didn't point out Mogbo and Scotty, I believe, have some sort of connection off court. Scotty Bedford, I know we had that much pull and decision making. He had that much pull. Listen, Mogbo is 6'6", 6'7", sorry, 6'6", 7'2" wingspan. So, okay, Minnesota 37th overall pick here. Klintman. Okay, Klintman's a guy I liked, and I think that fits pretty well with the Minnesota Timberwolves. Congratulations, Bobi Klintman. Oh, he's here. Congrats to him. He's excited. His suit's too big for him, but that's okay. I saw the 38th overall pick. OKC traded to get that pick. Honestly, I'd be pretty shocked at this point if the... I'd be pretty shocked at this point if the Thunder traded up for 38 and don't take my guy Adem Bona. Got the Casey suit. It was a bit big. I guess, I mean, you could get them, you're an NBA player. You get them custom fitted, no? So anyways, yeah, I like Klintman. I would have liked him at 31. I think it's a good fit here. I think Adem Bona on the board here makes sense for... Oh, he's a Pistons player. The Pistons are the 38th pick, or 37th pick, apparently. Some more size for them. Not bad. I think OKC should take Bona here. That's the type of guy they'd like as well. Who do you think are the potential steals of the draft? I like Bona here. I think Kolek at this point, Kolek. Oh, he got drafted. At this point, honestly, we're pretty much past where my draft research has gone. The only player I can like really give you a full analysis of that's still on the board is Bona in this position. Yeah, I could tell you about Bona. I could tell you about a little bit about Kevin McCullough. That's the way you say it. But yeah, we're pretty much past the point of the draft where I've done my research. I wasn't expecting the Raptors to draft at 45, so it'll be a fun surprise for all of us here to learn about it on the fly. Listen, guys, McCullough at 45 would be fine, I think. I personally have a little bet on Bronny to go to the Raptors at 45. I don't think he will, but I put $5 on it. Not gonna put it. I'm certainly not gonna put it past the Raptors to draft him. You can't even bet on the draft anymore, so no live bets. I think I've heard of AJ Mitchell. Not much though. I can't pretend to know about these guys. How do you know who get drafted yet? If we can. Did you know who we get? If we can hold him down, Reds. Oh, I don't think anybody's going to take Bronny unless it's us or the Lakers. Chomchi, however you say it. I have heard of him. I looked at him briefly. He looks interesting at 45th overall. I'm not going to pretend I'm an expert on these guys at this point. I'm excited to see where Bronny ends up at this point and who the Raptors take. Yeah, I'm a bit surprised that Bona has fallen this far. I really liked what he brought, and I think early in the second should have been where he would have ended up. Bobden, yeah. Again, we're at the point of the draft where I don't know these guys. So like, if you're bringing up some names, I probably won't know who it is. That name sounds fake. Bobden. Is that a real name? It was fucking... Apologies. It's not even coming. I don't know. I feel like it's a fake name. All right, so OKC through New York. Go AJ Mitchell at 38. All right. Interesting. The Thunder traded up to get him here. Are the Raptors to get Bona at 45th overall or what? Now that'd be fun. How do I feel about David as our backup point for time being? Well, it's better than Malachi Flynn. It's better than Jeff Dowden. It's better than Delano Banton. And I've been subject to those guys for 3 years, so it's better than that. In actual seriousness, I like it. I think the Raptors will have the chance to try and work with his upside as a defensive player and work with his upside as a shooter. That'll work. Scotty Barnes with Mogbo when they selected him. That's insane. If that's true, that's insane. I mean, that certainly adds to the appeal of the player, doesn't it? Doesn't hurt the appeal. Wow, Barnes was at his draft party. Wow, Scotty Barnes with Mogbo. That's pretty cool. I'm watching the video now. I'll put it in the chat. But Scotty Barnes was at Jonathan Mogbo's draft party. Oh, I don't think I can. Yeah. So, yeah, clearly they're friends. That's awesome, man. That is awesome. I don't know what the best position here. Yeah, if Bona falls to 45, sign me the fuck up. I wanted him at 31. And we're at pick 39. He's still here. Well, I mean, yeah, I like him at 31. I liked him at 31. I'm going to love him at 45. Mogbo played for San Francisco last year. His hometown's West Palm Beach, Florida. That would explain the connection to Scotty Barnes. Joe, check out Nikola Jurisic. Okay. Nikola Jurisic. Let's see. Apparently he's bad. Just kidding. A lot of guys I see like this who are just like they're good at nothing, and then they end up actually being good prospects. So it looks like he's an athletic guy. Was he playing in Europe? Yeah, playing in Europe in Serbia. I think he's a teammate of Topic. Let's see. 15 points per game. Efficiency is kind of low, but he's playing with men, so it's not too bad. I don't know much about these guys. It's hard for me to give you a concrete sort of decision on these players. I don't know. I just don't know at this point, unless it's Adem Bona at 45. Let him fall. All right, this is what we're cheering for now. Adem Bona falling to the Raptors at 45th overall. We're at 39. Bronny James update. Sorry, they're giving a Bronny update. Apparently, Bronny James' agency is telling teams not to select him. Memphis Grizzlies at 39 select Jalen Wells in this spot. He's at the event. Congratulations to him. Oh, man, what if you're at the event today and you don't get drafted? That would fucking suck. So Jalen Wells, what does he do? He's a good three-point shooter, it looks like. Three-point shooter. Movement three-point shooter as well. Wow. So they're telling guys that not to draft Bronny or he's going to Australia. So I guess they're waiting for him to go to the Lakers. You know, all this talk of Bronny trying to be his own player, be his own man, get his own in the NBA. And he's got his agency telling people not to draft him or to go play in Australia. So like, yeah, how does that work if you draft a guy and he doesn't sign a contract? You can't just play somewhere else. What happens if you draft a player and he doesn't play? Oh, it's all betting stuff. What happens? NBA draft. Sign player or draft player, but doesn't sign. What happens? If they don't sign, they can re-enter the draft next season. If they still don't sign with a team that picks them, they can enter free agency and potentially land a contract elsewhere. Oh, that's NFL. So, okay, let's see this on Reddit. Because they would just have to trade the rights to another team. It would probably be for pennies on the dollar because of forced situation, though. Not sure if CBA covers this. Team keeps the rights and do with it what they may. The player can't play for any team unless they own his rights. Huh, so they have to own your rights. So I guess you have to wait to the draft, the next year's draft. So so what they're saying is if any team drafts him other than the Lakers, basically, he won't sign. He'll play in Australia for a year, and then he'll come back and go in the draft again. All right. Wow, are they really being like that? They're saying, fuck off, don't draft me or I'm going to Australia. Latantrum. That is a Latantrum moment. What if Rich Paul's calling teams, yo, don't draft Bronny. Don't draft Bronny here. Like, bro, we weren't taking him anyways. Only doing a draft once. No way he can rejoin. I don't know. I don't know. Apparently that's what it is. Yeah, Bronny, all this my own path nonsense. He's like forcing his way to play with Papa LeBron. Not even sure Bronny is good enough to play in the NBL. If you don't sign, can he go on draft league? You can't play in the NBA. You definitely cannot play in the NBA this season. If you get drafted and don't sign, you cannot play in the NBA that season unless your rights are traded. But absolutely, you cannot play in the NBA that year if you're drafted and you don't play for that team. We're on pick number 40 here, guys. We're on the clock with the Portland Trailers at pick number 40. So we shall. Oh, Alex Sar's going to join the panel. All right, that's cool. Somebody said Alex Sarr looks like Caitlin Clark, and I'm not going to say they were wrong when they said that. Look at his face. Alex Sarr looks a lot like Caitlin Clark, man. It's kind of hard to unsee once you see it. Wow. Yeah, he's on screen. He's very hard to unsee once you see it. That's funny. It is the same facial structure. It is the exact same. Grady Dick used to looks like Kevin McAllister, Macaulay Culkin. Nah, Grady's got like, I don't think that's quite the same. I can see why he reminded you. Alex Sarr looks exactly like Caitlin Clark, man. Oh, man. All right. Adem Bona at 40, 41, 42, 43, or 44. If not, the Raptors have a chance to take him. What's going to be funny is he falls to the Raptors and he's not able, and they don't take him. That Serbian guy, Nikola Jurisic. Yeah. Chomchi. How do you pronounce Ulrich Chomchi? How do you pronounce that? Chomcho. It's Chomchi. It's not even Chomcho. That's funny. Paul, it's Chomcho. All these names, it's so hard to remember. So Kayla looks at me. I'm not saying that. However, there was. Well, I'm not saying that at all. I remember there was it was Aaron Judge bobblehead that looked like. Oh no, it was Caitlin Clark bobblehead that looked like Aaron Judge that they fucked up. I remember. Sorry, who did they draft? Osaseri Iguodaro. Well, congrats to him. Anybody, man, you look how happy these guys are to get drafted, honestly. You can see they're trying to hide a bit. They are honestly so happy here. I saw Mogbo look 6'11", those clips. He's really 6'6". Thought I got a replacement for Koloko, but he might still be a bit of that replacement. Let me see his exact measurements at the draft. I hope he's 6'6" without shoes. If he's 6'5" without shoes. Anyways, he is 6'6" without shoes. So in the NBA, he'll be listed as 6'7", at least. Mogbo is easily 6'7" in shoes. He's got a 7'2" wingspan. He's listed as a center when he got drafted. He's probably more of a forward than a center, but maybe a bit of stretch big potential. No competitive basketball until he was 14. Maybe if he started earlier, he'd be a first-round pick. I'm not letting your kid play basketball or sports because he's got to get his grades up until he's 14. Gotta have balance. Unless it's like the guy literally isn't doing anything in school. But I don't know. That's kind of, listen, raise your kids how you want. That's crazy to me. I can see why people aren't high Mogbo, but I like the pick. He wasn't my first choice, but I liked the pick. He was on my wish list yesterday, for a reason. Technically, at the time of the selection, he was second on my list behind Bobi Klintman. That didn't account for the fact that Furphy and Filipowski were on the board, who would have been higher on my list. So fourth highest on my list at the time. Well, Adem Bona would have been higher on my list. He's still not picked. I hope the Raptors get him at 45. Troy Walter doesn't move you. Well, I think that's insane. Anybody who's super anti Jacoby Walter? I understand if you're not the biggest Walter fan, but I think the drop off in talent from him to the rest of the pack at the time was pretty severe. So even if you weren't really keen on Walter, I don't really think there's any way to deny he was by far the best player available. And if there's a disagreement there, I don't really know who you could say would have fit that category. I saw somebody on Twitter was trying to put me on Tyson to go at 19. I think 19 is too high. He went at 20. I was surprised to that. I was personally very low on Collier for a while. When he was mocked in the late lottery, I was on Bleacher Report. I said it. He's mocked pretty high, but I could easily see him slip into the 20s here. I don't see the appeal of Collier, so I'm not missing Collier. I did not like him as a prospect that much. He went 29th in the end. Like I said, with a second round pick, they're not going to be able to do everything. That's why they're in the second round. So, could they have gone? Look, if they go Filipowski, he can shoot and space the floor probably, but he can't defend. Mogbo can defend and has versatility, but he can't shoot right now. So there's always a trade somewhere. You can't have everything. This guy. I'd say he's a 6'6" forward. I think listing him as a center was incorrect by ESPN. Mogbo's more of a forward who maybe has stretch big potential. Filipowski's got a lot of baggage going on behind the scenes, it seems. I've seen that. I'm not sure. Look. I'm not saying at all that's the reason the Raptors didn't draft him, but something to note. Bronny only in the league for as long as LeBron is in the league, unless he buys a team. It's possible. It's possible. I don't think like Raptors fans should like you know our front office. You know the type of guys they've liked. It shouldn't be that shocking that they went Mogbo here. We're on pick number 41 here to the 76ers. Bona still on the board at 41. I'm hoping he falls to 45. Sorry, let me listen. So Bob Myers here is suggesting that So what we're seeing here is that Rich Paul is trying to force Bronny James to the Lakers to happen. So it appears as though if a team did want Bronny earlier, they are not allowed to. Like they are saying, do not draft him, do not take him. Let's see what Stephen A is saying here. Stephen A is saying he's projected to go in the 50s. Sorry, I'm just trying to listen here on this Bronny situation. Stephen A is asking why we're only hearing about this stuff today when all this time they've been talking about other teams being interested. Yeah, this is weird. This is kind of fucked up, to be honest. 41st pick in the NBA draft. 76 select. Adem Bona. Fuck off. All right. Adem Bona at the draft as well. Good spot for him. I think there's a chance to be a rotational big there. Yeah, that was my top pick for the 31st overall spot. Falls all the way to 41. It is what it is. Raptors preferred Mogbo, but they wanted a similar style of player. You know, the athletic, switchable big, and they got Bona. He'll be an interesting one to follow down the line because I really do rate him as a prospect. Gavoni says he's shocked he lasted this long. You and me both, brother. 7'4" wingspan, 6'9". Yeah. If I was going for a big, I'd be going Bona. But here's what it is. Raptors took Mogba, who's got all these names, who is high on my list as well. We have any guys left on my Raptors board? Yes. Kevin McCullough still available, and I wouldn't mind him at 45. He is 23, so I don't know if the Raptors would want him, but last player on my board is Kevin McCullough. I don't know how to say it. Yeah, Ryan Dunn went 28th. Jalen Tyson went 20th. Terrence Shannon went 27th. Bobi Klintman went 37th. Jonathan Mogbo is a Raptor. Tyler Smith went 33rd. Pacome Dadier went 25th. McCullough still on the board. Oh, Tyler Kolek went second round as well, but McCullough on the board. Adem Bona heading to Philly here. He is a forward. Older one, 23 years old, who developed quite a bit defensively and as a shooter. Chomsky still on the board, who the Raptors take at 45. But I made my draft board for guys who I thought would be available at 31, which I wouldn't have taken Chomsky at, if that's how you, I don't know how to say it. Nobody's correcting me. Yeah. So yeah, I wasn't looking at the guys at 45 because I didn't know we had this pick until 6 minutes before the draft. I don't know. How can the NBA stop like players taking control of where they go to like pick their destination? There's not really anything they can do about it, is there? You can't handcuff the guy into not playing. 42nd pick, Charlotte selects KJ Simpson. Okay, I've actually heard of KJ Simpson. So interesting. KJ Simpson, 42nd to the Charlotte Hornets. I don't know a ton about the people available at this range of the draft, but I actually have heard of KJ Simpson. More undersized guard, but has a lot of upside shooting-wise, and as a finisher, this is probably a G League player for the Hornets to see if he can get up to the level, I'd say. He gets buckets. He's undersized. A lot of talent come out of Colorado this year. De Silva, Cody Williams, KJ Simpson. What a year for that team. I couldn't believe we got Mitchell. I've been talking about Mitchell potentially going to the Raptors for a while, but I didn't think it would happen. And we got rid of McDaniels. That's the big news. We got rid of McDaniels. I don't know how you can stop like agency like Rich Paul from doing this. You know what I mean? I've just seen this. What? Oh, Gregory, what's going on? Yeah, I don't know if you saw the trade. Raptors got David Mitchell today and traded McDoordash. And they got Sasha Vezenkov. And they got the 45th overall pick. And they got a Portland pick for 2025. For a guy that I would have bought out, potentially. Gio the Sage, this is worded very well. Turning McDaniels into positive assets is an unbelievable feat. I can't believe Masai did it. I agree. Who are we getting at 45? I don't know. Justin Edwards might be worth a flyer here. Bronny James. Hold him hostage. Yeah, David Mitchell's an excellent defender. He's got upside shooting, and he's the backup point guard we've been wanting. He is a backup point guard we've been wanting. I wouldn't say the backup point guard, but a good backup point guard for sure. They got more player value for McDaniels than they did for Siakam. That's completely false. Bruce Brown has more value than what we got. Bruce Brown was an essential piece of a championship team a year ago. So I disagree. Jamal Sheed, if that's you say it, I actually do know him and think that would be a good pick at 45 as well. Camp fight. I mean, if they draft Sheed, Javon Freeman Liberty is out of here. Terrence, they got McDaniels. Sorry, Terrence says they got McDaniels at home. Yeah. That's what Jaden says to Jalen. We're drafting Bronny. Apparently, if anybody's hasn't seen it, Rich Paul, Clutch Sports are telling teams not to draft Bronny James, and they are essentially forcing teams to let him go to the Lakers. Miami's pick is in here. Let's see if they take a 43. Always an interesting one for Miami. Miami Heat select Nikola Jurisic, the guy that I've been put onto at this last few moments. He's gone to the Heat. That's a Heat type of pickup, isn't it? Huh? Danielle Long has subscribed. Welcome to the Amateur Army. Thank you so much for doing that. Hope you're enjoying the content. If you guys are enjoying the content so far, make sure you do hit that like button and subscribe to the channel as well, just like Danielle Long. Tons of great content all in the Raptors universe coming at you on Amateur Sports this week. Free agency on Sunday to cover as well. Videos coming out tonight, tomorrow. What happens? Quinton Monens, one of our members joined, says, if a player doesn't sign, what does that team get? So what I've seen is if a player doesn't sign after you draft him, he can't play in the NBA for that season. Clutch Sports is saying that Bronny will play in Australia for a year if it's not the Lakers that draft him. I actually don't know what compensation you would get if the player doesn't sign for your team, if any, to be honest. I don't really know how this works. They already wasted a Nikola. Nikola Jovic is good and was getting minutes near the end of last season, actually. Yeah, one of the best trades I've seen Masai pull off is that trade today. That was unbelievable. I'm honestly stunned still. They traded this. Nikola Jurisic is heading to Atlanta, not Miami. Miami drafting on behalf of Atlanta here. Hey, he's got a black eye. Jeez, man. We're at pick number 44, ladies and gentlemen. Raptors are up next. We don't know who they are, who's going here. I don't know a lot about the players available, but Jamal Sheed. I'm saying that correct. Setting the scene. We're at pick number 44 here. Tough to call who the Raptors should be looking at in this area. My preparation for this draft went into pick 19 and 31. But aware of some of the guys on the board here. Ulrich Chomchi, hope I'm saying that correctly, is an interesting look for the Raptors at this spot. Kevin McCullough as well. A more experienced presence on the wing at this spot who can bring defense and shooting. Somebody I would know. Jamal Sheed could be a guy who has some backup point guard vibes. Justin Edwards had lottery projections start of the season, didn't have a great year, all of a sudden is in this range. Maybe you take a flyer on the guy who has upside in this area. It's tough to call here for the Raptors. They've gone with I'll say a power forward in Jonathan Mogbo earlier. So we'll see where they go. We'll interrupt to greet our new subscriber, Greg V. Welcome to the Amateur Army. Thank you so much for doing that. Just subscribe yourself to so much great Raptors content. Appreciate that. We'll see where they go here, but certainly the Mogbo pick would say they're not afraid to go with an older player. Mogbo, 22 and a half years old today. So they're not afraid to go with one of the older players here and find somebody who's more capable of affecting maybe right away, but maybe they go for the upside swing at 45 because that's just typically what the Raptors have enjoyed doing from this spot. Bronny James still on the board here, but the reports coming out of ESPN right now are that Rich Paul and Clutch Sports, Bronny James' agency, are telling teams not to select Bronny James. They're telling teams not to take him. They're saying if they do select him, he will take a year off and play in Australia before coming back into the NBA next season. So Bronny feels like not possible here for the Raptors. Probably not even the right decision for the Raptors to go that way. There's still some talent here, but at this stage of the draft, you're just going to be looking specifically for upside, I would say, and you're looking for a guy that has a chance to make your rotation. If out of a 45th overall pick, you get a player who can be in your rotation someday, that is a big win. Raptors have had success in this spot before. 46th overall previously, they've taken Norman Powell. 46th overall in the past as well, they've taken Delano Banton. That didn't work out in the end, but you're just looking for somebody to bring something here to your team. So maybe less upside, more NBA ready is the way to do it. But again, it's not really been like Masai Ujiri always to go in that direction. Point proven with the Mogbo pick, which was a little bit surprising at that spot. So waiting on pick 44 to see who Houston take, and then the Raptors will be on the clock. Yeah, it doesn't hurt that Jonathan Mogbo is friends with Scotty Barnes. Absolutely not. Doesn't hurt that pick at all. We got Donovan Klingen up now on the panel, calling in here. Take Bronny, give him that year to develop. Yeah, if you give him that year to develop, then he can just re-enter the draft and go to a different team. It is dirty by Clutch Sports, for sure. But Pacome Dadier was selected 25th overall by the Knicks yesterday, so not available at the moment. Ulrich Chomchi is available. That's a guy I'm aware of, and if they take him, I wouldn't be upset. That's for sure. What the Kings see in McDaniels? The Kings needed to trade away money to get under the cap. They didn't want to be a tax team, so they made a trade. Vezenkov wanted to go. They drafted David Mitchell's replacement yesterday with Devin Carter, so they just wanted to get off the money, and they really want to get off the money apparently because they gave us 2 picks to make it happen. It's kind of crazy for these guys. Like yesterday, they wake up as college players. Today, they wake up as NBA players. And tomorrow, they have to be at their team's destination. Like, you're going to be sent anywhere in U.S. or Toronto. And 2 days later, like out of nowhere, you got to be there ready to go. It's crazy, man. Yeah, I don't know what Sacramento were thinking. I don't know how anybody can perceive this trade as a win for Sacramento. Pick is in for Sacramento. All right, everybody. The pick is in here for Sacramento, which is obviously a pick that has now been traded to the Toronto Raptors. It's the trade that sent Jalen McDaniels to the Sacramento Kings. The Raptors got back David Mitchell, Sasha Vezenkov, the 45th overall pick, and a 2025 second-round pick via the Portland Trail Blazers. An absolute fleece, absolute steal by the Raptors in a trade, and perhaps that trade could look even better based on who they take in this position here. We're waiting to see the announcement from Mark Tatum. Options around, and we know the Raptors aren't afraid to reach, not to reach. It's an ugly word sometimes, but they're not afraid to get the guy they want here. And we'll see. Hopefully, I have heard of him, and I can give some sort of indication as to the type of player that he is. If not, we'll try to be learning on the fly here, but we'll do it live, and we will be doing it together, ladies and gentlemen. They're just talking to Klingen. Imagine if Klingen could shoot. That'd be insane. Great answer. Just does the stuff to win. Type of things to win. All right. Send it over to Mark Tatum. Let us know who it is. So we didn't see this. As a commercial, but Pelly Larson goes to Houston at 44. I don't know who that is. So takes that off the board. We'll see. Justin Edwards or Chomchi. Actually, I've heard of Cam Spencer. Jamal Sheed. Who else available? Who could the Raptors go here? Anywhere. I mean, they really can go anywhere. But we're going over to Mark Tatum. The pick is in. Let's see. Are we going to Mark Tatum for this one? We got subscriber and Julian. Thank you so much, Julian, for subscribing. Welcome to the Amateur Army. We're not. The little jingle went off to signal the pick is in. However, they're not going over to Mark Tatum. I hope they do show the announcement of the pick. They have it here. So they're not showing it, but it is Jamal Sheed, who's going to the Raptors at 45th overall. So the Raptors have gone with another chance at a backup point guard seemingly here, which is interesting here. So the Raptors go with Jamal Sheed, who is a player I am aware of. Interesting move here. I like the pick. Jamal, they said Jamal Shed. So if it's Jamal Shed, I'll say it how they said it. But Jamal Shed, undersized for the guard position, but there's good talent here. They are looking clearly right now for a bit of a backup point guard. And my immediate thought, unfortunately, dwells upon the current guard within the Raptors organization, because this probably means the end of Javon Freeman-Liberty's time in Toronto, because they've just brought in David Mitchell in a trade today, and with their second pick in the second round, they've gone with another guard here. So taking a stab on a guard, I mean, this could also mean Marquise Noel's time is a bit numbered. However, he's not I believe he's only a Raptors under 5, but I don't think he's a Toronto Raptors player. So it's Jamal Shed, how you pronounce it, going to the Raptors. Just overall, it's the type of point guard you'd expect somebody to be who's 6 feet tall. They work their ass off. They control the flow of the game pretty well, decently well-versed in a feel for the game. He seems to possess a bit of an interior threat despite his size. Not the type of shooter you would expect in this position, but a good feel for the game, a good playmaker in this spot. Jamal Shed to the Raptors, seeing if they can get a point guard to stick at this point in the draft. For every pick the Raptors have had, they're looking at hustle, tenacity, and I think that Jamal Shed brings that. I don't truthfully know live here a ton about the player, but based on the limited things that I have seen for Shed, the Raptors are looking to solve the backup point guard issue, and they feel as though they can throw a dart here to see if this one lands anywhere good to get maybe somebody that can affect you at some point. With picks this deep in the draft, you're just hoping at some point they're a rotation guy. So we'll see. So the second round, the Raptors go with Mogbo at 31. They prioritize length, and they go with Jamal Shed at 45 to prioritize finding potentially some guard help for a team that has desperately needed it. Interesting stuff. The Clippers drafted Max Christie. Cam Christie, which is Max Christie's brother. That's kind of funny. That's kind of funny. Wow. He's going to the other side of LA. By the way, that Clippers logo is horrible. Seeing it there. That Clippers logo sucks, man. Maybe it'll grow on me, but I don't know, man. Last Duel Gaming, new sub. Thank you so much for subscribing. We just had another new sub here, but Last Duel Gaming has subscribed. Welcome to the Amateur Army. Also, this one here, which I had muted, Royman Backyard Noise. Welcome to the Amateur Army. Thank you guys so much for subscribing. Last Duel Gaming says, hi, new subscriber. Do you have any idea what free agent are the Raps going after? Cannot tell you. Cannot tell you about undrafted free agents. Unfortunately, I can't learn about everybody. I prioritize 19th pick and the 31st pick. We'll just have to see who ends up going to the Raptors there. Wow, another super chat comes in. Phil Gabb sends in a super chat. Thank you so much for that. Really appreciate that. It really does support the content when people do stuff like this. I'm so grateful for that, Phil Gaps. Hope you're enjoying the content, and thank you for sending that in. It means a lot. Okay, 45th. So I talked about it here. 45th pick reaction. So in. Raps added defense, 3-point shooting hustle the last 24 hours. Yeah, they added a lot of hustle. For sure. The Raps added a ton of hustle with those 3 picks. They added a good bit of defense. The type of team they're building, they're looking for guys who have the will to succeed. For damn sure. Marquise Noel is still the 905. I believe he was waived last year. Yeah. He was waived by the Toronto Raptors, but I believe he was still signed by the Raptors 905. Not sure what his future looks like, but I would imagine Jamal Shead is going to be prioritized for the 905. So it would be a little surprising at this point if Marquise Noel was to return to the 905. So I'm imagining that is the end of Freeman Liberty and the end of Marquise Noel with the organization. I think we get a center and a Gary Trent sign and trade. Sign and trades are always tough. You kind of have to get what you get what you can. So I don't know. It'd be tough to get a center. Yeah, clearly still a need for a third center on the team. I think a rim protector. As much as I'm decently a fan of Mogbo, I don't think he solves that problem. So when free agency rolls around, a need for a big is still present for the Raptors. They've addressed the guard situation absolutely with Davion Mitchell. They've addressed some of the need for shooting with Jacoby Walter and Sasha Vezenkov. They need to get a big in free agency, in my opinion. Well, I think the idea people are presenting is that there's not as big of a role right now for Gary Trent, so wouldn't really be worth having him. I don't know. Gary Trent will be an interesting one. I'd be a bit surprised if they kept him at this point, but we shall see. Koloko, I don't know if you heard. I don't think we're going to get him this year. If Koloko comes back, now that'd be a massive W. That'd be massive W. Shed turned down over a dozen two-way offers to land a guaranteed contract. Okay, so that clearly means Raptors have plans to use him, if that's the case. Huh. Let me see. I'm looking at Twitter to see if there's information on that. So it looks like people are a fan of Jamal Shead's defense as well. So is it a case? Yeah, let me see. Okay, here I'm seeing. Here I'm finally seeing it. So Shed turned down over two-way offers to land a guaranteed contract. So a lot of teams wanted him, but the Raptors were willing to give him a guaranteed contract. Okay. So that gives the indication the Raptors are prepared to use him from day one. They see something here and probably have Shed battling it out with Davion Mitchell for some backup point guard spots. So they must really like Jamal Shed if they're willing to go that far with him. All right. We'll see. I don't really have much comment on the pick. He was named Big 12 Player of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year by becoming the first player to win both awards the same season. The last time the Raptors drafted a Player of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year was Malachi Flynn. But hopefully we don't have a similar outcome there. All right, guys. I'll probably just stick around until Bronny's drafted, because I do want to see if Bronny ends up going to the Lakers. But Malachi's a 50 bomb. You're right. Maybe Shed's got a 50-point game in him. Stephen A. Smith today, by the way, said Paul George would be a bad fit in Golden State. If you guys didn't know, Stephen A. had trash takes. That might be the most trash. Yeah, if the Lakers don't take him, that'd be hilarious. But I think it's written. They're pushing for him to go to the Lakers for a reason. They want to keep Bron happy. Bron happy makes it easier on JJ. Stephen A's job is to say outlandish things. You're right. You're right. It is. It is. PG right now is better than Clay ever was. I don't know about that. Well, damn. You're kind of right, though. You might be right there. That's a bold take, but I think you're right thinking back. Yeah. Wow. That's kind of crazy, isn't it? Last Duel Gaming has sent in a super chat. Thank you so much. Another one. We got 3 super chats today. Last Duel Gaming with the most recent one. Honestly, guys, this is awesome. Thank you so much for the support today. The chat has been insane. The viewership has been insane. I really appreciate it. For anybody else enjoying it, please make sure you hit the like button and make sure you're subscribed as well. Last Duel Gaming heading out for dinner. Give it a great job. Thank you so much, man. Enjoy your dinner. Actually, you may not be, man. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoy your dinner. Go Raptors. Let's go Raptors. Let's go Raptors. All right, we're at pick 48 with the Spurs. They might like Ulrich Chomchi. Lakers are at pick 55. So we have to wait a little bit here. But I do want to wait till we get to Bronny. Then I'll probably just sign off and work on the video. Imagine a Shed and David Mitchell backcourt. You're in a dogfight, and they'll drop 5 points combined on your head. Well, that's a small lineup there. There's the confirmation. Last little game with the super chat. Thank you so much again. Pick number 48 to the Spurs. Harrison Ingram to the Spurs. It appears as though he's there. So it looks like they're only showing the pick if the player is there. Does Mark Tatum announce the pick if the player isn't there? Because they're not showing a lot of these. You know what I mean? Besides planning to throw all our guards emerring, maybe. They're looking for toughness, man. That's clearly what's been the priority with some of these picks. They're looking for hustle and toughness, and certainly it would appear as though they're finding that. Reggie Jackson traded. Where? Interesting. Oh, did he just pick up his option to stay in Denver? It's a cruel world, man. Where's Reggie Jackson going? Charlotte. Damn, poor Reggie. What did they trade? Why did Charlotte want Reggie Jackson? I guess back up. I guess just more to the depth. What did the Nuggets get? 3 unprotected second-round picks. That's pretty good by Denver, I think. Yeah, I think that's pretty good by Denver. From Charlotte, too. 3 good second-round picks, probably. That's kind of crazy, isn't it? Kind of feel bad for Reggie, though, to get dumped from Denver to Charlotte. Yeah, I guess for Denver. Well, for Denver, I think you can stack those picks and trade them. That's maybe what they're thinking. But also Reggie Jackson being on your team kind of helps as well, right? Yeah, Chomsky could go undrafted, which could give the Raptors a big runway to take him as an undrafted free agent. Don't mind that at all. All right, pace on the clock at 49 here. Still waiting to see where Bronny ends up. Reggie does have a ring. You're right. That is impressive, isn't it? God, I'm hungry, and I don't have time to eat dinner. I gotta rip this trade video out. So right after, so schedule for content, by the way, guys. Right after this, I'm going to record a video reacting to the Sacramento Kings trade that we made. Tomorrow in the morning, I will drop the video discussing the Raptors and the selections of Jonathan Mogbo and Jamal Shed. No, I don't have pierogies. I'm making a burrito. a beef burrito for dinner. Beef burrito with a taco salad on the side. So that's what I'm eating, right? Let's check the app. What's for dinner? Yeah. Beef burrito with a salad on the side with more of my taco meat inside. Oh, and broccoli. And some broccoli. It's I'm tracking my calories and my macros and stuff. So every morning is a puzzle, trying to put all the food in to hit the macros. It's not very fun though. Who we get at 45? We got Jamal Shed. Tough, hustling, defensive point guard who doesn't space the floor really well, despite being 6 feet tall, but defense. Order some Laziz chicken on our bro. If I lived in an area that had a good Laziz, forget about it. I don't live. Downtown Toronto doesn't have a good Laziz. My favorite food in the world is Laziz chicken on the sticks. On the sticks, though. My favorite food, period, in the world is chicken on the sticks from Laziz. But don't have it too often. I did have it on rice. I did have it on rocks actually on Sunday. Laziz chicken on the rocks. I went for rice. So I always go sticks. Switched it up this time. Kind of skimped me on chicken at this location, though. I was at the Oakville one on Dundas. I don't know. Gary's a tough one to call at this point. Half and half. I mean, yeah, you get both. Sometimes I do that. My preferred, though, is definitely the sticks. A pizza party? I don't know. We'll see. Currently, I'm moving soon. I got to worry about that before I worry about getting the stuff to make another cooking stream. I'm moving out of my apartment mid-July. Once I get settled into my new apartment, we can think about doing some cooking content. But I gotta... I'm hoping to get some merch sorted this summer. I'm hoping to... moving stream. I'm hoping to get some merch ready this summer, but I want to make sure I move and have all that sorted before I do that. It's been a crazy, crazy summer, man. My own party, McDoordash being gone. That is something worth celebrating. You're right. I am like, you know what? I'm at the cycle of the off season, right? Where the season ends, I'm dejected. And then, hey, we made a trade. Hey, this guy's cool in the draft, and I'm coming back around on the team, you know? It is a good day for Raps fans. Yeah, that trade is just unbelievably good business by the Raptors. I like Mogbo. He wasn't highest on my list by any means, but I like Mogbo and what he can bring, and think the Raptors can get quite a bit out of him. So I'm looking forward to seeing his development trajectory with Toronto. Day in a live stream. My day's boring. Here, what's my life? What did I do today? So yesterday I was up until. Well, I guess this morning I was up until 3 a.m. working on content and like trying to learn about some players who are in the second round, a bit more about the guys that I have potentially going to the Raptors. So I went to bed at 3 a.m. I woke up at 9 to start my... I woke up at 8 to record a video for the second channel. Then at 9, I started my day as a full-time employee. I work from home. And I sat in my office, doing work until this stream. And I've been here ever since. It's not super entertaining stuff. My thoughts on Mogbo. Yeah, and the fact that he's Scotty's friend as well is an interesting wrinkle. After ESPN, Rich Paul's calling teams don't take Bronny. Yeah. Seen that. It's kind of icky, but look, they're making sure Bronny ends up with the Lakers. Is Bronny, it'd be funny if Bronny was in the green room or whatever. Trade with a fleece, McDaniels was pretty much dead weight. Take the term pretty much out of that. McDaniels was dead weight, and the Raptors probably were considering buying him out. I don't know. This seems to be a gray area as far as like forcing a specific team to draft a player. I look like a better looking Post Malone. My life seems interesting. I don't think so. I disagree on both fronts, but I enjoy myself. Do I have a favorite type of cookie? Chocolate chip. So today's video will be. I'll drop a video tonight. Once this stream is over, I'm going to do a video talking about the players the Raptors traded for, being David Mitchell and Sasha Vezenkov. Tomorrow, I will drop the video discussing the draft acquisitions, Jonathan Mogbo and Jamal Shed. That's going to be the order. So video tonight, video tomorrow, and then I'll take Saturday off. Live streaming Sunday at 5:30 p.m. for the start of NBA free agency. NBA free agency begins at 6 o'clock on Sunday. Is it Bogdan trade block? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. He's going to be an important piece of rotation, hopefully, this season. This draft is taking a bit longer than expected. Do we sit through this just to watch Bronny go? Because I could be working. All right, I'm going to go till 6. I'm going to go till 6 p.m. I don't really feel like waiting around just to see Bronny go where we always knew he was going to end up. Let's see the news on Reggie Jackson. So Denver didn't want to hit the second apron. They just wanted to get off of Jackson's contract. That's basically what it was. You're actually kind of right there. Who did Page select? Enrique Freeman. Not sure that is. Yeah, the Lakers should just take him undrafted. You're right, because if you're just going to tell teams not to draft him, the Lakers can take somebody else and then get Bronny as an undrafted free agent. You're right. Why don't they just do that? You heard that Denver is letting KCP walk and they want Christian Brown or someone else to replace him in starting five. Well, listen, I like Christian Brown. Christian Brown should not start for the Denver Nuggets, with all due respect. Old draft, 2-minute picks. This year, 4 minutes, some more commercials. Yeah, because it's the second day. They really milk the shit out of this, don't they? Fair enough, I guess. Yeah, we'll go till 6. Then I will starve myself to make this video. And then and then I'll have my dinner. Yeah, I do like McCuller, but wow, he's still on the board, isn't he? I had mocked first round to the Celtics, and he's still on the board at pick 50, which I guess makes a bit of sense because he's a not an upside swing, which teams are taking right now. Worst feeling is being hungry when you have food cooked and you're ready. Well, it's not cooked. I got to make it. But I got to get, like, timing is obviously important with videos. So I just got to dig in and get this video done. And then I can dig in on my food. Raptors don't have any more picks tonight. Our next pick is next year in the first round. No, I had extra breakfast. I'm having a beef burrito for dinner with a taco salad and broccoli on the side. Okay. I'm going to start preparing myself for David Mitchell and Sasha Vezenkov. So Sasha Vezenkov didn't really do much with the Kings last season, but he's a former EuroLeague. If anybody didn't know, actually, Sasha Vezenkov is a former EuroLeague MVP. So there's talent there for sure. Yeah, well, we got Portland's pick next year, the second round, but our own pick is earlier that, which would be the first round. Sasha Vezenkov was EuroLeague MVP in 2023, so He's come to the NBA, probably to make some more money. Didn't click with the Kings, so we'll see if he can click with the Raptors. Also got injured last year. And he asked to get traded from the Kings. Yeah, he can shoot. Definitely has a good shot. He's slow-footed, so he'll be a bit tough to use on defense. But I think Darko will appreciate his talent, and you give him some sort of role with the team. I think he's capable of being in the rotation. So look, you get 2 guys who should be in rotation for the Raptors in a trade for a guy who sucks in Jalen McDaniels. That's a home run win. The Raptors sent Bruce Brown to Denver. They can't really afford him, to be honest. So I don't think so. Whoa. Shams just tweeted. So I don't know why I saw this. Shams just tweeted, my account keeps getting locked. What the hell? Damn, Shams in shambles on NBA draft day. Damn. Yo, Shams got temporarily restricted. Damn. What happened to Shams? We're on pick number 52. At this point, we gotta wait till pick 55, don't we? Fuck. What's Stephen A saying? Woj taking Shams out. Maybe. Bronny might go. Sorry, what? Clutch Sports doing it? Maybe. Over 1,000 replies. Oh. I don't know. Woj is on the panel right now with ESPN, so I don't think Woj is doing it. Same having the Jake Fisher. That's weird. That's very weird. Is it something about like the frequency of posts which makes it seem like spam or something? Maybe. Do I agree the sports crew is backpedaling and are now accepting and supporting the hostage that Rich Paul, James family are doing? The sports crew is backpedaling and now accept. I don't really understand the question. I don't like it. I'll say for myself, I don't like it at all. But like, what can you really do about it, I guess? Damn, Warriors draft room looks sad as hell. Yeah, the Raptors definitely can trade Bruce Brown. No rush, but there's definitely an opportunity to trade him this week. And I imagine the Raptors will take his team option. Or, well, the Raptors could re-sign him on a long-term deal and trade that as well. They could sign and trade him with that. Doesn't necessarily need to be a team taking the team option. The pick is in. Stephen A. and Bob Myers arguing. Mark Tatum always got that fucking grin on his face. Quinton Post to Golden State. I don't know these guys. Just bring on Bronny. Bring on Bronny, guys. I don't think it'd be legal for LeBron to have a stake in Clutch, would it? Why is OG and making more money than Spicy P? I guess it's whatever they were eligible for. I think they both got max contracts, so I don't know. Quinton Post. All right, come on. Let's get going with these picks. All right, it's almost 6, but I may as well stay to watch the Lakers pick at this point. Boucher going to Warriors? I hope so. A commercial break. Well, there might be a pick during the commercial break, to be fair. Boston just gives a big fuck you to the Lakers and drafts Bronny would be hilarious. Because, yeah, you know what? Send him to Australia for a year. Send him. Go ahead. You know, what does that mean for the Lakers? LeBron's contract's up at the end of the year. Maybe the Lakers won't even get him. That would just be a super petty move that I would be completely bought in on. Absolutely. Boston should do that and give a big middle finger to the Lakers. I wouldn't have done it at 30 like Bill Simmons suggested, but at 54, fuck it. Play in Australia. You don't want to play in Australia, do you? If so, go ahead, man. Play in Australia. What do I care? You know what I mean? I don't need anybody. I just won the championship. I don't need anybody at friggin' I don't need anybody at friggin' 54 overall if I'm Boston. Boston has a chance to do something here. Oh, Pascal's making more. Oh, there you go. Oh, excuse me. Long day. Not a lot of sleep. Went to bed at 3, up at 8. Gonna be up late today as well. I'll probably be up. Let's see. I got a video to do. That'll take me about a couple hours. It's 8. I gotta eat. 8:30. I gotta make a video for tomorrow, 10:30. I gotta do some work, real work. Yeah, I'll probably be up to like 1 or 2 today. Saturday, I gotta be up early. Sunday, what am I doing Sunday? Sunday, I can sleep in, I think. Oh, actually, I can't sleep in Sunday. Fuck me. Anyways, that's just my life. Yeah, no sleeping in until Monday. Monday's a holiday. I can sleep in on Monday. No sleep till Monday. No 8-hour sleep till Monday. LeBron might retire. Bronny's a Celtic. I don't think LeBron would care. He'll play for anybody. I don't think he has any reservations about who he plays for. I don't think he feels a way like that. Not even in the league yet. He's in Rich Paul causing so much drama. I know. It'll be really funny if like the Lakers try to play Bronny from day one when he's clearly like not good enough. All right, we're at pick 54. Boston, you have a chance to do something here. Detroit takes Cam Spencer for the Timberwolves at 53. All right. That's definitely a G League player, but yeah, he can shoot. Great shooter, good field, but he's not athletic. He'll struggle to make an NBA impact, but will be an interesting player for the G League. Excuse me. Sorry, I keep yawning. Now, I tell you guys, they ain't go to commercial for the Lakers pick. I don't think Bronny's NBA ready like they're saying he is. He had a bad year in college. Like, he did not have a good year. He would not be getting drafted unless he was named. Unless he wasn't named. Sorry. The only reason he's getting drafted is his name is James. Wow, they're going to commercial here. They're keeping you on a leash so they come back for the Lakers pick. See. They're not going to show us Bronny getting drafted 54th overall to the Celtics. Bronny, all this, my own path, all this shit, just to hold the draft hostage, force his way to the Lakers, and play with his dad. That's it. Not a good look, man. You're here because your dad. He's a Nepo NBA player. Can't spin it any other way, man. But everybody's got their own path. That's his path, I guess. JJ Redick signed up for a circus, man. Jordan's kid turned out to be trash. Didn't even get... All I'm going to say, if you want to talk about these GOAT conversations, yeah, LeBron is so good. He got his crappy son drafted. Not even Jordan could do that shit. So you want to talk GOAT debate? Did Jordan get his sons drafted? No, sir. LeBron did that shit. Would I take DeAndre Ayton plus a Milwaukee 2029 first for Bruce Brown and Chris Boucher? Would I take a Milwaukee? So let's ask this one. Would I take just the Milwaukee first for Bruce Brown and Chris Boucher? Yes. Yeah. If you get a first and you get off the Boucher contract for Bruce Brown, that's a win. And you get Ayton. Yeah, you're not getting Ayton for that. Le politician, le nepotism. If Jordan won, he could have had his son drafted to the Bulls, no doubt. But he let his kid pick his own path. I don't know, man. I don't think Jordan had that pull. All right, I don't know if the pick is in. Don't spoil. Let's see. There's still a commercial. There's no way they make the pick at a commercial. They've been building up for this pick the entire day. The entire draft process has been building up to this pick, right? They haven't shut up about Bronny for 3 fucking hours, so they better show this one. The narcissist. I'm not looking at what Sham said. I'm not looking at anything. I'm just waiting for the pick to happen. I don't want any spoilers. Oh. Thank God there was no soccer the last few days. I wouldn't have been able to keep up. We're almost there, guys. It's almost time. Boston just selected Anton Watson. I don't know who that is. Or it's Chomchi still on the board. Kevin McCullough still on the board. This is more ads in the Super Bowl. They are milk. This is why the NBA drafts on 2 days now. They are milking this for TV deals. And they're milking it because they can make us watch until we get Bronny James at 55. Let's see. LeBron's dream to play with his son. Is JJ going to give him bullshit minutes that he doesn't deserve out the gate? Let's see. I don't think the NBA is hurting for money. Disney might be hurting for money. ESPN is part of Disney. Still waiting on the final verdict on Bronny being the guy that goes here. The confirmation. They say 246 before the pick is in, but I'm sure the pick is going to be in. The pick could have been in this morning. Pick could have been in yesterday. It is kind of special to be able to play with your son from LeBron's perspective, but the way in which they manufactured it is not something I like. Let's say that. Justin Edwards is on the board. Wow. McKellar's on the board. Chomsky's on the board. That's surprising, honestly. McKellar's on the board is crazy to me. Really crazy to me. Look at JJ. Cheeky grin. Can JJ voice and say, hey, can we actually draft a player we can try to develop? All right, so it looks like they just made the pick. And they're Lakers. Look at that. They're all shaking hands. What you did no work. You just drafted the guy's kid. You didn't scout anybody. You guys didn't do anything. What are you shaking hands for? All you guys did was, all right, let's just draft the guy's son. Let's make our star happy. That's all they fucking did. Shaking hands, like, oh, great work, guys. Whole draft process, getting ready for this pick. Great stuff. No, you forced nobody else to take him so you could get him. You didn't do any work. Oh, they could just draft somebody else and then just get Bronny as an undrafted free agent, which I think they should do instead, because then they can get a player they want here and then still get Bronny. LeBron is still all NBA caliber, and he's playing with his son. That truly is remarkable. The moment we've all been waiting for, they say. Mark Tatum, with the 50th overall pick in the 2024 NBA Draft. The Los Angeles Lakers select Bronny James. There you go. Bronny James, confirmed, a Los Angeles Laker. Yep, there you go. It's what we've been waiting for. All right, guys. I need to spend the next 8 hours working. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on that. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in to the second round NBA Draft watch-along live stream here. Had a lot of fun here. Jonathan Mogbo, Jamal Shed are Toronto Raptors players. That is where we ended off here. I'd say overall I'm pretty happy with both of those players. Would have preferred to maybe go in a different direction at 31, but I think that there's some clear upside and clearly a talented player here in Mogbo the Raptors can work with. So let's see where this goes. I think overall, great draft by the Raptors. Jacoby Walter, fantastic pick. Mogbo, I like it. Shed, great pick at 45. So that'll do it. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you hit that like button. Really appreciate it. And make sure you subscribe to Amateur Sports. Video coming later tonight, reacting to the Sacramento Kings trade. Video coming out tomorrow, reacting to the selections of Mogbo and Shed. Stream coming out on Sunday, as we watch along live as the NBA free agency kicks off Sunday at 6 p.m. I'll be live at 5:30 for that one. Again, hope to see you guys there. And hope you all have a great night. Hope you all